only people that would. Sinead, love. Gabrielle Gilman. Joking, aren't you? Right, we're going live, even not low. We're going live to Christine Saunders this morning in Colorado. I'm losing the plot this morning, I can't speak. Cramp of the tongue.
Good morning.
Oh, a very fine day with thee, and how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Oh, better than I've ever felt before at the moment.
Awesome.
It's this shower gel I've got at the moment. Well, it's not shower, it's shower gel on a rope. You know,
how does that work?
Well, you don't know, but in America, they haven't had it in America. I don't know if you've had soap on a rope in America. Did you ever have that in the 70s and 80s?
Absolutely. I remember my father having soap on a rope.
Yeah, well, my dad nearly broke his neck trying to wash his feet with that. You ever see that happening in the shower? Like yoga in the shower trying to get clean.
Oh my God! Listening to the news, it sounds like the lakes are drying up over there. What's happening?
Flipping it. I think people have got straws in it, drinking it. I've seen it on the news this morning on the telly. There's nothing in them.
My gosh!
He's like at the moment, he's not looking good. He looks like the Sahara at the moment. Places of the Lake District. I mean, it's not going to be called the Lake District. It's just going to be called the District.
They're gonna build a shopping mall.
Yeah, well, more than likely they build them anywhere, don't they? I mean, the amount of places that if you haven't, that was the thing. If you've got a flat, if you've got an apartment, that's great. You don't have to water your window box anymore.
Right.
The woman on the news before, she said, "Oh, I've got a load of land. I'm going to have to water it." Load of land. My back's out. Nobody owns a load of land unless you're the Queen in England.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Anyway, so what we're talking about today?
Well, we are going to talk about change. So, speaking of change and building malls and apartments and lakes going under, wow. So, change. I want to talk about the 5 elements of successful change today. And today is going to be about when we get to decide when we make a change. So there's always those possibilities where, you know, people are making changes around you and sort of for you. And that's a whole nother topic. So we could talk about that some other time, because today I think we're going to be chock full of information, and I'll try and not be too winded, but I got a lot to talk about today. So, you know, us women, we like to chat. So I'm going to just roll with it. So change.
Hold on. Lads, if there's any lads out there listening to this now, get the kettle on.
Exactly. Hunker down.
Sorry?
And let's
Hunker? What's that?
Oh gosh.
Oh, is it one?
Like settle in.
Is it?
Settle in.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Let me write that down.
Yep.
How do you spell it?
Hunker. Hunker.
Hun? That's hunker, not honker.
Not like honk honk, but
hunker.
hunk.
Hunker.
Like a hunk.
Right, I remember that one. That means
Right.
if someone's going after me, I'll say, "Oi, hunker down. Hunker down."
Exactly. Exactly. And I learned a new word this morning as well as I was listening of, like, what is a trolley? A trolley is a grocery cart, right?
Oh, for sure. I used to love. The thing is, I still do it. You know, when you can get in them and you can sit your kid in the front of it while you're pushing it. I got in it once. I'm a bit bigger now, but when I got in it, I couldn't get out. I was fooling about with the security officer at the supermarket. I got in it and I sat in it, and I thought, I can't get out the thing now. So they're killing themselves laughing because I had to. It's frightening. Anyway, that's another story.
Oh my goodness.
So
yes, that's a frightening sight.
So
now I have a visual in my mind that I can't get out.
Yeah, so hunker.
Hunker down.
Yeah.
Settle in. Got a lot to say.
Right.
So we go on. So there's 5 elements that I believe are necessary for successful change. And hopefully I can get through a couple of these before we go to our first song. So first of all,
before we go to that, I've just got to tell you this, right? On the telly last night, over in the UK, there's a program called Love Island, and it's all these people that are all plasticated. Everything's, you know, it's not real on them, whatever it is, but they're all false and dippy as you don't know what. They're just not a full shilling. You won't understand that either. But they're thick. I mean, thicker than thick. So apparently this guy was chatting up this girl, and he says to her, she said, "So what do you do?" And he said, "Oh, I'm a carpenter." So she went, "Oh, right, fantastic. So does that mean you lay carpets then?"
Wow, that sounds like a fantastically entertaining show.
Yeah, she's in therapy. This girl, she's that thick. Anyway.
Oh my gosh. This is called Love Island. Is this like the reality show?
Love Island. You've got to check it out. You'll kill yourself. There's people on there that shouldn't be walking the planet. But anyway, go on.
Okay, so 5 elements of successful change. The first one is you have to decide. You have to decide to make a change. And sometimes that can be the hardest part for people because we have fear of failure. We have fear of being judged. And so we just have to decide. Either it's big or small or a life change like moving or getting married or leaving a relationship or any of those big ones. We just have to decide. And I think where we do is we overanalyze and we overthink those things. So it's really sort of, if you can simplify it a little bit, you can make that decision. And once you decide, don't waver from that decision. And the cool thing about it is once you do that, you have to celebrate. I'm all about music, Dave. You know that. And so when I make a decision, I put on some music and I actually dance and I celebrate that I've actually made this decision, even though I haven't really done the change yet. It's the small victories that we have to get through to make things work. So once you've decided, the second step is to create leverage. And sometimes people don't really know what that means. So I'm going to go a little bit into detail. And it comes around to like your why. Why are you wanting to make this change? And it can be anything. It really can be. And you have to honor that. So I look at it from a pain and pleasure sort of standpoint. So most of the time in our world, we spend time avoiding pain because it's just painful, but we forget about the pleasure that sometimes working through that pain can get to. So I also view pain as fear. So we talked a little bit about that last week and the week before about how fear can pretty much keep us stuck and keep us from moving forward. So if we can use that pain or that fear in physical or emotional ways, we can use that as leverage. So looking at it in a way like if you don't make this change, what are you missing? What's going to happen if you don't make this change? Are you going to lose out on things? Are you going to miss opportunities? So you have to really look at the leverage that you can get from creating this decision and then creating that leverage to move forward. And then number 3, I'm going to get through this to the first song, I swear. We have to commit. So if we put it in our mind that success is your only option, then you've made that commitment. And the cool thing about this is documenting it. And that can be any way you feel like you want to document. Vision boards, journaling, sticky notes. I have accountability buddies. I declare things openly on Facebook, those sorts of things that I want to change. And, I kind of joke around, but if you want to go write it in the sky and hire an airplane and do some skywriting, if that's your jam, then heck, go for it, right? Those are the things that you can do to sort of declare that to the world. And your accountability buddy can be anyone that you really trust that's going to hold you accountable to make things happen. So those are the first 3. What do you think about those, Dave?
They're deep.
What was that?
They're very deep, aren't they?
Very deep. Is it like, does it
The thing I'm worrying
resonate?
about is hiring a plane and writing it in the sky. I can't fly number 1, and I get vertigo number 2, and flying number 3. That's complicated enough as it is. And trying to write at the same time, you've got Bobo for that happening. 4 and 5.
Well,
where are we going with that one? What have we got to do with it? It's not got anything to do with sharks in the sea near England, is it?
No. I was
go
thinking about that. Sharks. Like one of my very good friends, Carrie Jo, she is a shark freak, and she is very nervous that I'm going on vacation to the Caribbean, and she doesn't want me to get into the water. And I said, what?
Yes.
Are you kidding me? I have to get into the water. She's like tracking sharks all over the world on some app that she has. But Anyway, I digress a little bit.
Tracking them? How can you follow up? Has a shark got a sat nav attached to it? Something? How on earth do you track it? Can you track a shark?
Well, apparently they have like these little beacons on them that, you know, like these scientists put on them, and you can track them, and you can watch their migration, and you can watch where they go, and you can do all these things.
That's a handful that they've managed to get hold of. That they've gone, right, lads, just hold it on while and then it's buggered off. I mean, how many million more are flying around, swimming around that you don't know about? I mean, I remember going to Mauritius, right, on an undersea walk, and walking around. They give you bread to feed to these gorgeous angelfish and what have you, and you've got like you've got a 60-pound glass bowl on your head that pins you down with these weights. I mean, you can't move, you can't jump up and down. I mean, I'm like 3 foot in sand pushing me down into the sand. So you're walking around this coral, and this guy's taking photographs of you and waving at you, and you've got to wave, and everyone's smiling and everything. What they didn't know was behind everyone, I saw this silver flash on the edge of this coral reef and it just goes, it's just a drop, boom, straight down, and then I could see this, and I'm thinking, what's that? then I walked back and got back on the boat, and I said to the guy, because he's saying, oh, you look like chicken, your arm's flapping, and by that point, it's gone 5 o'clock, I was bloody freezing, and I mean, it was lovely and warm when you first get in, but after a bit, you start getting cold, and because there's no fat on me, like, you're flapping about, and you're trying to get warm, and you get back in the boat, and he says, you flat? I said, flat? I said, what was that flapping about that was silver in the... He says, shh, shh. I went, what? He went, shh, come here. And he took me to the front of the boat, right at the point. He said, don't tell people there was a shark.
Oh, gosh.
I said,
oh, my gosh.
I said, why? He said, because I probably won't have a business if you tell them. I said,
right.
I said, well, I won't have legs either if I go down there. So he said, so that was it. But I never, I mean, you know, the one off, and I thought, whoa, that was a close call.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's crazy.
So what's 4 and 5?
So 4 and 5. 4 and 5. So number 4 is you have to bust barriers. Yes, bust barriers. So that's those limiting beliefs that we talk about. So we talked about beliefs last week, and those beliefs that we have are beliefs that we've had for a long time that have shaped us and created our values and those sorts of things. So we really need to look at some of these limiting beliefs and if they're serving us well. So those are the things that are keeping us stuck. Those are the things that keeping us fearful of making the change in the first place. So we have to bust those barriers. And then the last one is to remain consistent. And those are our rituals, our goal settings, and of course celebrating. We have to celebrate all the time. We have to celebrate those little victories.
I've got the Prosecco ready for the celebration. That's on ice.
Say that again?
Prosecco. Do you get that in the States? It's like champagne. It's like a cheap version of champagne. Prosecco, it's called. Prosecco.
Oh, Prosecco.
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 Yeah. Some Burke asked at the counter one day, have you got that Preciso? To whoever it was behind the counter when I was in the supermarket one day. I'm like, oh no. What? The woman's looking at her as if she said it in Chinese. What are you talking about, love? Preciso. It's that bottle of wine. You know, the bubbly one. And then she realised what she was talking about. She said, no, it's Prosecco.
Prosecco. It's very fancy Prosecco.
Yes, but you get these women, the girls that work in these supermarkets, wine departments, they've got more makeup than the duty-free girls at the airport on, haven't they? Have you seen them when you walk through an airport and you've got these girls that look like Coco the Clown, they've got that much makeup on? I mean, when they finish work, it must take them an hour to get all the face off when they're going out or going to bed. They went to bed.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
They went to bed and put their head on the pillow. My God, you'd wake up, you'd think there was somebody else in the bed with you.
It's on the pillow. It's
exactly.
On the pillow.
Scares me to death. Anyway, so was that the last one?
That was the last one.
Right, well, we'll
that
go
was
to
the
music.
Last one.
We'll go to music, and then you can tell everyone how to get in touch with you after that, can't you?
Sounds great to me. Thank you.
And I'm going to go for a lie down. I'm going to open the fridge for a bit, put my head in there. Top shelf.
Top shelf. Whoa.
Top shelf. I haven't thought of what to put on the meat and 2 veg shelf down below yet. That's another story.
Homegrown alligator, see you later. Gotta hit the road. Gotta hit the road. The sun ain't changing the atmosphere. Architecture unfamiliar. I could get used to this. Time flies by in the yellow and green. Stick around and There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me, you know where I'll be. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. South of the equator, navigator, gotta hit the road, gotta hit the road. Deep sea diving round the clock, bikini bottoms, lager tones, I could get used to this. Time flies by in the yellow and green, stick around and you'll see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me, you know where I'll be. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. We got two in the front, two in the back, sailing along, and we don't look back. Time flies by in the yellow and green. Stick around and you'll see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me, you know where I'll be. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. I'll be riding shotgun
All together.
underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. But I'll be riding shotgun.
How does he get his voice that deep?
The hot sun, feeling like a
He's
someone.
only 3 foot high, you know. You'd never believe it, would you? Right, very good morning, afternoon and evening. 82 countries tuned in this afternoon.
Fantastic song.
Isn't that good, that, eh? That drives you
Yeah.
potty because you can't get out of your head all day now.
Yeah, that's a great song. I love it. That is awesome.
Right, so
Awesome.
so contact details for people to get in touch with you.
Right. So I have a website. It's www.followyourwholeheart.com. I do a lot of stuff on social media. Facebook is Chris Saunders, and Instagram is Follow Your Whole Heart. And then I also have a YouTube channel, which is Follow Your Whole Heart. It's under Chris Saunders as well. So yeah, those are the main ways to get a hold of me. And I would love to talk to people and find out where they are from around the world and what they're up to. And I would love it. I love connecting with people. So you want to hear a funny story before we go, Dave? I know we're probably out of time.
Go on then, go
But-
for it.
Go for it. So this whole morning, and I know you have dogs, so you'll get this. This whole morning, I am sitting here trying to concentrate on this deep topic of change. And in and out of the door is my dog because she wants to go for her walk, because she's now used to me being up on Tuesdays so early that we go for a walk after this. So I was having a little tiny bit of a hard time concentrating this morning.
Ah.
Uh-huh.
So she was under starter's orders for the week. What's she doing wanting to go out in the dark at this time of the morning?
Well, because it gets so hot.
All right, well, fair enough. Yeah, I get that, but I mean,
Yeah.
you can't if you're a dog, you can't see much in the dark, can you? They're not going out with a torch, is she? She's not got. She got a miner's helmet on. One of them lamps on the front with a strap.
She has like this little like light thing on her collar that we're getting her, so she can go out into the night. But I think dogs' vision is much better than ours. But I don't know. She just is like, they say dogs don't remember time. I call BS. Total BS. She knows.
Oh yeah, no, they don't. They know the time. I mean, mine go potty every time it's feeding time. They know where it's get launched at. They all start jumping on me when they know it's time to get fed. I wonder,
Right.
what I want to know is how did sharks know what time it was after the news when the girl's saying, oh yeah, they'll start swimming in the seas around the coast of Europe in 2050. How they're all having a chat with one another. They've all emailed each other this morning. The guys, you can't go up there. You can't go north yet. 2050. Give it another 22 years. Hang fire.
Right.
We'll be laughing.
Right. And if that does happen, oh my gosh.
Well, you can imagine a shark dipping its wing. Its fin. There you go. I knew it was a big word. Dipping its fin in the sea a bit further north, going, oh, that's too cold. There's no way I'm swimming in that. I'm telling you now, I'll freeze to death.
Right. Gotta stick to the south.
Yeah.
Stick
How
to
do
the
fish
south.
keep warm? That's the other thing. How do you know if a fish is cold? That's what I've never understood that one.
Oh.
You don't see one with a balaclava on or a bubble hat, do you?
What?
That's another big word for you that the Americans will need to learn.
Right.
A bubble hat and a balaclava both begin with B, and you could get about 5,000 points for it on a Scrabble board.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so maybe you and I should put together like a terms list, and then we'll have it. We'll create something.
If you go on Google Translate, there's English and US. So if you put in an English word, it'll bring up the US translation of it.
Really? I'm going to do that today.
I'm going to try hunker for a start. That'll come up with a belter.
Hunker down.
Yeah. In the north of England, that could be completely different. Are you hungry? No, that was a filthy.
Lord,
Dave.
Dave.
Go off on a tangent with this one, but it's a family show. Anyway, same time next week, 12 o'clock.
Absolutely.
Marvellous. We'll have a great week. And,
you too.
And don't bump into lampposts in the dark, for God's sake. Walking your dog.
Right. We'll keep it real.
Very good. Adios.
All right. Bye, Dave.